So yesterday we discussed how Bhakti destroys avidya as well as Papa Bijam and also Papam. Okay. Today we are discussing the topic after that. So we have been discussing there are total 6 specialities of Bhakti. So first one is Klesha Ghni, that is destruction of all the suffering. So Rupa Goswami told suffering is of 3 types: avidya, papa bijam, and papam. All three we saw how Bhakti destroys with various pramans from Bhagavatam and other Puranas. Okay. Yeah. And today we are discussing from the second part, second speciality. And we'll try to complete these 6 today. So this comes into the first chapter of Bhaktis of NOD, Nectar of Devotion, by Srila Prabhupada. So if devotees have that book, they can parallelly refer also. And in the slides also, I will be showing the relevant passages from Srila Prabhupada's NOD. Okay. So the topic is Shubhada. Okay. The second speciality of Bhakti. Bhakti bestows what? Auspiciousness. Okay. Bhakti bestows auspiciousness. Okay. Shubhada. Shubha is auspiciousness and Dam is to give. Okay. So Bhakti bestows auspiciousness. So Rupa Goswami will define first what is auspiciousness. Okay. What is Shubha? What is auspicious? He will define. So this is 27th shloka of Bhakti Samar Sindhu. He says, Shubhani Pirinanam Sarva Jagatam Anuraktata Sadgunah Sukham Iti Adini Akhyatani Manishibhi Shadguna Sukham Ityadini Akhyatani Manishibhi. Yeah. So the meaning of the shloka. Yes, Prem Latika Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. The wise explain that there are 4 types of auspiciousness. Shubha, Shubhani, Akhyatani, Manishibhi. Affection for all living entities. Prenam, being attractive to all living entities. Sarva Jagat Anurakta, possession of good qualities, Shadguna, and happiness, Sukham, as well as other items, Ityadini, Bhakti Rasamrut Sindhu.
So he says, Rupa Goswami is saying that Shubha, auspiciousness, can be told it is of 4 types. Okay. 4 types, or it can be said that it comes into a person in 4 forms. What are the 4 forms? First is Prinanam, affection for all living entities. Okay, so these are the qualities of devotees. Okay, that they are affectionate to all living entities. So to the degree they are advanced, to that degree they are affectionate to all living entities. Okay. Second, being attractive to all living entities. So how much the devotees are advanced, too much, to that degree they will be also receiving the affection and attraction from all living entities. That is Sarva Jagatam Anuraktata. Hmm. And third is the possession of good qualities. They will have good qualities like Chaitanya Charitamrit, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He defines 26 qualities of a Vaishnava. Correct. So those qualities and many more qualities will be present in devotees. Okay. So it said that pure devotees have 64 are qualities in Krishna. Out of that, 55 qualities devotees have. Okay, pure devotees. Okay, possession of good qualities. And fourth is happiness, sukham, as well as other iti adi, ityadi, like we say in Hindi, right? Many more. Okay. So these are the 4 forms in which auspiciousness is bestowed in the life of devotees. Okay. So let's see one by one. So Jagat Prinanam, first one we saw is affection for all the jivas. Second is Sarvajagata Anuraktata, being attractive to all living entities. Third is Shadgunadi Pradatvam, bestowal of all good qualities in a person. And fourth is Sukha Pradatvam, bestowal of happiness for a person. This happiness is of three types. First is Vaishayikam, happiness from material things, from the Vishaya. Okay, the word is Vishaya. Okay, Vishaya is the objects of this material world. So those happiness which comes from the objects of the material world is called Vaishayikam. Second is Brahmam, that happiness which comes from the realization of Brahma or Brahman. Okay, that's called Brahmam, happiness from Brahman realization. And third is Aishwaram, happiness from the Supreme Lord, means Ishvara. From Ishvara, that happiness which comes is called Aishwaram. Okay, so that is called happiness from the Supreme Lord. Now, let's read what Srila Prabhupada is saying on this verse in NOD. Yes, Mataji. Mm,
Srila Rupa Goswami has given a definition of auspiciousness. Srila Rupa Goswami has given a definition of auspiciousness. He says that actual auspiciousness means welfare activities for all the people of the world. The Krishna consciousness movement is so nice that it can render the highest benefit to the entire human race.
mm,
Everyone can be attracted by this movement and everyone can feel the result. Therefore, Rupa Goswami and other learned scholars agree that a broad propaganda program for the Krishna consciousness movement of devotional service all over the world is the highest humanitarian welfare activity.
yes. So now Prabhupada is saying the definition of auspiciousness, okay, Shubha, is that actual auspiciousness means welfare activities for the people of the world. And what are the welfare activities? Prabhupada is saying is that preaching of Krishna consciousness, spreading of this Krishna consciousness. And that same thing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also taught, right? So teaching this science of Krishna consciousness, that is the welfare activity, the most beneficial activity for all the living entities. Okay, that is what is explained here. Yeah. Sarva Jagata Anuraktata. This proof is given by Srila Rupa Goswami from 4th canto, 9th chapter, 47th shloka. This is the section of Dhruva Maharaj, where Dhruva Maharaj is actually coming back from the forest now, and now he is going to enter the palace. So now here is the shloka. Yasya prasanno Bhagavan gunair maitri adibhir tasmai namanti bhutani nimnam apa iva swayam. Okay, Arun Pro, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Just as water flows naturally to a lower level, Nimnam Apa Iva Swayam. All living entities, Bhutani, naturally offer respect, Namanti, to that person, Tasmai, with whom the Lord is pleased, Prasanna Bhagavan Hari, because of his qualities and friendliness. Gunair Maitri, Maitri Adibhi.
Yeah. So very important shloka. Here Rupa Goswami is trying to show that how Dhruva Maharaj has become such a great devotee that everybody is getting uh, pleased because of his qualities and friendliness. Okay. So what is a special thing here? So what happened is when Dhruva Maharaj, as we all know the pastime, he had asked uh, not for a very great kingdom, but he just wanted to sit on the lap of his father. Correct. And that also was not allowed by Suruchi. Okay, Suniti is mother of Dhruv Maharaj, and Suruchi is stepmother. Okay, so we know that Suruchi did not allow. So Dhruv Maharaj was very angry upon it, and then he left for the forest, and he met Narad Muni, And then after that, he went ahead and he did 6 months of bhakti yoga, austerities, everything, what in Narad Muni guided. And then he personally had the darshan of the Lord. Lord bestowed mercy upon him, and then all the auspicious benedictions to him. And then he is returning home. So while he is returning, what happened is Suruchi is crying tears, and Suruchi is embracing him, and Suruchi is very happy seeing upon Dhruv Maharaj. Now, the Maitreya Muni, when he is describing this, he says that what happened to Suruchi now? How is Suruchi transformed? Because all the austerity and penances and bhakti was done by Dhruv Maharaj. How was the transformation happening in Suruchi here? How she is happy suddenly in 6 months? What happened to her? So there it is told, no, no, no. Transformation has not happened anything in Suruchi. Dhruv Maharaj has transformed so much that he has pleased the Lord. And because he has pleased the Lord, Suruchi is automatically feeling that affection towards him. Okay. That is the advancement of Dhruv Maharaj which he gained, that even Suruchi is feeling affection for him. So in that context, this shloka is coming. That what is happening? Just as water flows naturally to a lower level, all living beings, who is the specific living being here? Suruchi. Okay, naturally offered respect actually. Naturally, they all living beings naturally offer respect to that person, to Dhruv Maharaj, with whom the Lord is pleased because he pleased the Lord, Prasanna Bhagavan Harihi, because of his qualities and friendliness. Okay, like that. So this is the context of the shloka. So basically, Rupa Goswami is quoting this to prove that one who practices bhakti and has pleased the Lord will receive the affection of all the people in this world. Okay, that's how he is quoting this shloka. Okay, that was Jagat Prinanam. And then Jagat Anuraktata. Hmm. So here he is quoting from Padma Puran. Yenarchito haristena tarpitani jaganti api rajyanti jantavastatra jangamasthavara api. Yes, Arun, please read. No, you are on mute.
Oh, sorry. He who worships the Lord, Yena Hari Archita, is pleasing to all living entities. Tarpitani Jagatyani api, Jagatanti api, and all the inhabitants of the world. Jantavah Tatra, both moving and non-moving. Jangama Sthavara api, are pleasing to him. Tena Rajyanti.
So what was the previous quality described? Previous was that all other living entities feel affection for him. This quality is what? He is feeling affection for all living entities. Okay, like that. So Sarva Jagat Anuraktata. Hmm. Jagat. So he is saying what? Yena Hari Archita. He who worships Hari. Okay. Tarpitani Jaganti Api. He is pleasing to all living entities. Okay, this is first part. And all the inhabitants of the world, Jantava Tatra. Tatra means in the world, in the Jagat. Both moving and non-moving. Jangamaha, Sthavara. Sthavara means non-moving. Jangama means moving. Okay, are pleasing to him. So both are mentioned here. That he is pleasing to all living entities, first quality. And then all living entities are pleasing to him, second quality. Both are given in one shloka. Okay, now we'll read about Prabhupada's comment on this. Yeah.
A practical example of this was shown by Lord Chaitanya when he was traveling through the forest of Jharkhand in central India for spreading his Sankirtan movement. The tigers, the elephants, the deer, and all the other wild animals joined him and were participating in their own ways by dancing and chanting Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so that was the effect of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Obviously, he is the Lord himself, but Prabhupada is giving this example because he is playing the part of a devotee, right? So he is saying that how all the animals also, what to speak of the human beings, all the animals, and obviously we know that when Lord Chaitanya went through all the towns and villages, all the living entities received prema actually in those villages. Okay, so animals also here, Prabhupada is giving that they also felt so much joyful upon seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They started dancing and chanting with him. And now the third part, that is Shad Gunadi Pradatvam. Okay, third form of auspiciousness is Shad Gunadi Pradatvam, that is bestowal of good qualities. Okay, so that is Rupa Goswami quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati yakinchana sarvair gunestatra samasate suraha harav abhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathena asati dhavato bahihi. Okay.
The devatas constantly dwell. Surah Samasate with all good qualities Sarver Gune in Tatra, that person who has pure bhakti for the Lord. Yasya Kinchana Bhagavati Bhakti Asti. There are no good qualities in the non-devotee. Harav Abhaktasya Kuto Mahadguna, who chases after Dhavata, temporary material objects. Asati Bahi, with desire for material pleasure. Manorathena.
Yeah, so the devatas constantly dwell, Suraha Samasate, with all good qualities. Okay, so basically here devatas are referring to the devotees among the devatas also, and in general devotees also, or the other sadhus and munis who have devotional qualities. Okay, so sarvair gunai hai, all the good qualities in tatra, that person who has pure bhakti for the Lord. Yes, akinchana. So the word akinchana means pure. Okay, akinchana bhagavati bhakti. Unto whom? Unto the Supreme Lord. Asti, one who has. So now he is saying that the devatas constantly dwell with all good qualities in that person who has Shuddha Bhakti or pure Bhakti for the Lord. Okay. And then opposite of that, that those who are non-devotees, for them, there will be no good qualities because they are chasing always towards the metal objects with desire of metal pleasure, like that. Hmm. So the first part is the shloka where Rupa Goswami wants us to focus that in the devotees who are practicing Shuddha Bhakti, Akinchana Bhakti, what will happen? All the good qualities will reside. Sarva Guna, they will reside just like in the demigods. Which kind of demigods? Those who are devotees. And also here Suraha means that the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Okay, Krishna also, whatever qualities are there, that also will be coming into the devotees. And the great other devotees also, their qualities also are included in this. So this is from 5th canto. Okay, so let's read this. Okay, Yamuna Vilas Bro, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhu. Sadgunadi Pradatvam. The word Adi, other things, has been added to indicate the devotee's ability to control the suras and by extension all other beings. Shadgunadi Pradatvam means that bhakti puts at the command of the devotee all good qualities, the Lord and others as well. Suraha refers to the Supreme Lord and others, that is first the Lord and then his attendants, devtas and rishis. If bhakti gave only the qualities of the devtas, that would not be remarkable. Even devata worshippers can obtain those qualities, which will be predominantly material sattva guna. Thus, sorry, thus Sura means the Lord and others.
Yeah. So Sura basically doesn't mean only Devata here because the Devata worshippers will also get the qualities that the demigod they are worshipping. So here that's why Jiva Goswami is saying in the commentary here that here Sura should not only mean Devata but also Supreme Lord and then his attendants means the personal servitors and great Devatas who are devotees and rishis. So all of these qualities will be bestowed unto the person who is sadhaka. Okay, sadhaka will receive these qualities, and later it will come that to what degree they will receive the qualities, to the degree they are advanced. Okay, to that degree they will receive the qualities. Okay, so here Sura should not only mean demigod worshipper, but also it means that qualities of Supreme Lord and the great devotees that will be received in this devotee. Yeah, please continue. Chila Prabhupada. Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada on this verse. On the other hand, a person who is not in Krishna consciousness has no good qualities. He may be highly educated from the academic point of view, but in the actual field of his activities, he can be seen to be baser than the animals. Even though a person is highly educated academically, if he cannot go beyond the sphere of mental activities, then he is sure to perform only material activities and thus remain impure. There are so many persons in the modern world who have been highly educated in the materialistic universities, but it is seen that they cannot take up the movement of Krishna consciousness and develop the high qualities of the demigods.
Yeah. So Prabhupada is giving very simple, practical understanding what is seen in the world today. That the person is very highly educated from the academic point of view, but in actual field of activity, he can be seen to be baser than animals. Like many people are there who are like uh, attached to meat eating and intoxication, which actually even animals don't do. Okay, animals just follow their regulated life. Okay, if they are supposed to be vegetarian, they will be vegetarian. If they are supposed to be carnivorous, they will be carnivorous. Okay, like that. So they will follow whatever nature has designed them to be. But human beings, they may be even highly educated, but they are not able to follow that. Okay. Yeah, please continue.
For example, a Krishna conscious boy, even if he is not very well educated by the university standard, can immediately give up all illicit sex life, gambling, meat eating, and intoxication. Whereas those who are not in Krishna consciousness, although very highly educated, are often drunkards, meat eaters, sex mongers, and gamblers. These are practical proofs of how a Krishna conscious person becomes highly developed in good qualities, whereas a person who is not in Krishna consciousness cannot do so. We experience that even a young boy in Krishna consciousness is unattached to cinemas, nightclubs, naked dance shows, restaurants, liquor shops, etc. He becomes completely freed. He saves his valuable time from being extravagantly spent in the way of smoking, drinking, attending the theater, and dancing.
Yeah. So very practically, we have seen in our life also. Like before coming to Krishna consciousness, so many bad habits we were having, correct? And as soon as we started chanting, so the knowledge immediately comes to our understanding that yeah, these are all unnecessary things, and we start giving them up. So there are so many devotees like who may be eating meat or having intoxication or so many other activities, bad things in their life. But when they come to Krishna consciousness, we see that they are immediately able to give up on the strength of just by chanting. Okay, they're chanting 1 round, 2 round, 4 rounds, 16 rounds, whatever. As they are chanting more and more, their strength to give up bad habits automatically increases. Okay, and then they feel very easily that how this meat eating and all which I was addicted to earlier, I don't feel any more taste because it's not that our power, it's the power of the holy name and the power of the previous acharyas. Okay, so that is what making us prone to not again fall back to those bad habits. Hmm. So that's what Prabhupada is saying. And we have seen that so many hippies in the beginning when Prabhupada was preaching, the hippies were automatically able to give up so easily their bad activities. Right. Yeah. So this is the last part. Okay. Sukha Pradatvam, fourth one. Okay. Fourth part that the bestowal of happiness. So devotees automatically they feel happy being in Krishna consciousness. So for this, from a Tantra Shastra, Rupa Goswami is quoting, Siddhaya Paramascharya Bhuktir Muktischa Shashwati Nityam Cha Paramanando Bhaved Govinda Bhaktitaha. Okay, somebody else can read. Yeah, Kishore Prabhu, would you like to read? Kishore Madhav Prabhu?
Yes, bro. Uh, Astounding mystic powers, Siddhaya, Paramashwarya, material enjoyment, Bhakti, eternal happiness in the realization of Brahman, Mukti, and eternal bliss from service of the Lord, Nityam Cha Paramanando, all appear from Bhakti to Govinda, Bhaved Govinda Bhaktitaha.
Yeah, so all the three types of happiness are mentioned here. First is the material enjoyment, bhukti. Then second is enjoyment of the happiness of realization of Brahman. And then third is eternal bliss from the service to the Lord. All three types of happiness are available for who? One who practices the bhakti to Govinda. Okay. And in our lives also we have seen that when we give up such bad habits, so much time is also saved. And then we also have good health. and at the same time we also feel happiness. Correct. Just being in the mode of goodness itself gives happiness. What to speak of actually practicing Krishna consciousness being in the mode of goodness. Okay. So automatically the quality like cleanliness, okay, punctuality, and so many other good qualities in devotees, they that starts coming. Okay. Yeah. Please continue.
Happiness derived from pure devotional service is the highest
Yeah,
because
Prabhupada. This is Prabhupada's comment on this
yeah,
verse. Yeah, please read.
sure. Happiness derived from pure devotional service is the highest because it is eternal. It has been seen that great Mayavadi, impersonalists, sannyasis, very highly educated and almost realized souls may sometimes take to political activities or to social welfare activities. The reason is that they actually do not derive any ultimate transcendental happiness in the impersonal understanding and therefore must come down to the material platform and take to such mundane affair. But a person who is fully in Krishna consciousness will never return to any sort of material platform, however alluring and attractive they may be. He always knows that no material welfare activity can compare to the spiritual activity of consciousness.
Yeah. So two kinds of people are here contrasted. So one is the Mayavadi or impersonalist. So these people take to social and political activities. Okay. Reason is that they do not derive any transcendental happiness. They derive some happiness, okay, but not transcendental happiness, which is available even for the Brahmavadis. Okay, that also they are not able to derive Mayavadis. Why? Because they have disrespected the lotus feet of the Lord. They don't they deride the form of the Lord. So they offend the Lord. Okay, they are offenders to Lord. So they will not derive any happiness. But in contrast, a person who is fully in Krishna consciousness will never return to any sort of metal platform. Okay. So even a devotee may sometime fall to he may give up devotional service for some time and then again go back to the metal activities. But we will always see that after some time again he will come back to devotional service. And later Rupa Goswami will show that there is a type of devotee who has Komal Shraddha. Okay. Who may fall down from bhakti for some time, but actually then he will come back. Okay, he has weak faith in bhakti that he will be shown later. Okay, yeah. So this is a proof from Hari Bhakti Shuddhodaya. Okay, Sukha Pradatvam. For this, that bhakti gives happiness. Bhuyo api yache devesha vai bhaktir dridhastu me ya mokshanta chaturvarga prahlad. Yeah, yeah, prahlad. Sukhda lata. Yeah, please read.
Yep. O Lord of Devas, I again pray to you, Bhuyaya api yachityavi, that I may have firm devotion to you, that bhakti is creeper, which bestows artha, dharma, kama, moksha, and also the happiness of realization of Lord.
Yeah, yeah. So here it said this actually comes where Prahlad is praying to Narasimhadev. Okay, Prahlad to Lord Narasimha. Okay, there it's coming. So Lord Prahlad is saying to Narasimhadev that, O Lord of Devatas, I again pray to you that I may have firm devotion to you. Drida Bhakti. That Bhakti is a creeper which bestows what it bestows? Artha, Dharma, Kama, Moksha. Okay, four Purusharthas, Chaturvarga. Okay. And also the happiness of realization of the Lord, Sukhda. So this is the part which we are focusing. That Bhakti bestows happiness. Yeah, please read.
Actually, Srila Prabhupada on this verse, actually a pure devotee does not aspire after any of these perfections because the happiness derived from devotional service in Krishna consciousness is so transcendental and so unlimited that no other happiness can compare to it. It is said that even one drop of happiness in Krishna consciousness stands beyond comparison with the ocean of happiness derived from any other activity. Thus, any person who has developed even a little quantity of pure devotional service can very easily kick out all the other kinds of happiness derived from religiousness, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. Example, CM offered everything to
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered everything to Pulvecha Sridhara, but he rejected everything.
Yes. So obviously, this to give up the happiness of liberation and all will come at the stage of bhava only. Okay, that theoretically we may say as sadhaka now that I don't want any liberation and all. Okay, but that actually appears at the stage of bhava. Okay, and all the other things that we may not want to indulge into deep sense gratification and all. Sometimes, obviously, we see devotees may fall down and engage into all these things. But if you see that, do they want to actually? Do they desire to do like that? No, it may be due to their conditioning that sometimes they fall back to bad habits. But their faith is what? That I don't want to actually indulge into this. Apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya Sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasthito isa. One should understand that they are actually devotees, they are sadhus. Why? Because they are conditioned by some bad habits because of which they fall back. But at heart, in their faith, they don't want to do such bad activities. Like that. Okay. Any questions? Any discussion points? What we discussed till now on these four forms of happiness? First was for bestowal of auspiciousness. First was that he becomes attractive to the whole world, and then he has affection for the whole world. That is second. And then third was the bestowal of good qualities, and fourth was bestowal of happiness, sukha. Any question on this? Okay, so then we will go to
Prabhuji,
third.
Prabhuji,
all these,
normally,
Yeah.
yeah, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
I was Prabhuji, like when you said this word bestower,
Hmm.
so bestower means someone who gives. And in discussion, I could understand that he is happy.
Hmm.
So bestower is used for bhakti. Bhakti is bestower of happiness. Is it
Hmm.
so?
Bhakti. Yeah, Lord bestows to the practitioners of bhakti.
Okay, okay. Fine, Prabhuji. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, all these four kinds of happiness will exist at a time, or it will be again in or. I mean, it's like not necessary that all will be there. Then only the we can say that it has been bestowed by the Lord. How exactly we can see it in? Uh,
Yeah, later, one shloka commentary, it will be said that uh, these things are bestowed at the stage of sadhana, but it will increase in degree as one advances in Krishna consciousness. Okay, for a sadhaka, like as soon as he comes to bhakti, these will start. Like for hippies, they could immediately give up also some bad habits. Okay, but some of them fell down also, and then again they came back to Krishna consciousness and they are continuing in bhakti. So, as we grow in our faith and bhakti, it will be bestowed more and more. More qualities will come in the devotee, more happiness they will feel. Okay, all these things will increasingly come. But this starts. One is destruction of suffering, that is Kleshagni, which we discussed yesterday. And today, what we discussed is bestowal of auspiciousness. This will start in the sadhaka stage itself. From Shraddha, Anat Nivritti, all this it will start. But more and more it will come as one goes ahead. Is it okay,
okay,
Prajit?
Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Third speciality, Moksha Laguta Krit. Okay, so this is the realm of Bhava Bhakti. From Bhava Bhakti, it will start. Okay. This will not come in Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, means from Shraddha till Asakti is the Sadhan Bhakti stage. Okay, which is covered in the which has the first and second quality. That is Kleshagni and Shubhada, bestowal of auspiciousness. These two will come in this sadhana bhakti, that is from Shraddha to Asakti. Bhava bhakti, this will start bestowal. Theoretically, as of now, as sadhakas, we can understand that okay, liberation I don't want. But actually, if we understand the happiness which is gained in liberation, then we will give a bhakti also at the stage of sadhana. Okay. But for those who are having Bhava Bhakti stage reached, for them, they can understand moksha laghuta. Laghuta means deriding or making something insignificant. Okay. Something insignificant. Krit, which makes liberation seem insignificant. Okay. This happens only at Bhava Bhakti. Practically, not theoretically. Okay. So for this, Rupa Goswami has quoted from Narada Pancharatra. Okay. So we will read this shloka. हरि भक्ति महादेव्याः सर्वा मुक्ति आदि सिद्धयः भुक्त्यश्चाद्भुतस्तस्याः चेतिकावद् अनुव्रताः. Okay. Madhav Prabhu, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
All the siddhis headed by liberation, Sarva Mukta Adi Siddhaya, and all astonishing material pleasures, Adbhutaha Bhuktayah, follow after Tasyaha Anuvrataha. The great goddess called Hari Bhakti Mahadevya, like fearful maid servants. Cheti Kavad.
Yeah. So Chetika is maid servants. What means like? Okay, like Jadavat, like an inert object. Okay, Jetikavat, like fearful maid servant. Who behaves like this? The Siddhis headed by liberation, moksha, mukti. Okay, all the siddhis, okay, headed by liberation. Okay, all the anima, laghima, prapti, ishita, vashita, kam, vashaita, ashta siddhis, all the eight siddhis, okay, which are headed by liberation is the highest of them. They all behave as fearful maid servants, holding hands, in front of whom the goddess called Hari Bhakti Mahadevi, who is called here as Mahadevi. Hmm. So not only siddhis, but also astonishing material pleasures. Bhukti, all the astonishing, adbhut, bhukti, material pleasures. All of them, okay, are standing, folding their hands in front of Hari Bhakti. Okay, that is the verse quoted by Rupa Goswami to show that the liberation is actually very insignificant in comparison to Bhakti. Okay, fourth speciality now. Su Durlabha, that Bhakti is extremely rare. Okay, Bhakti is extremely rare. Which type of bhakti? Bhava bhakti. Why this word we have to add here? Because this appears only at bhava stage. Okay, only at bhava stage this starts appearing. So that means which bhakti is being talked about is bhava bhakti. Bhava bhakti is very extremely rare. Okay. How about bhakti itself? Yeah, Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschid Ati Siddhe Yatatam Api Siddhanam Kaschid Mam Vetti Tatvatah. Okay. Yeah, surely that is also very rare. But among the bhakti also, the practitioners of bhakti, very, very rare are those who have reached the bhava bhakti stage. Okay. So let's see what Rupa Goswami is saying about this. So he mentions that it is rare because of two uh, reasons, we can say, or in two ways. Yeah, in two ways it is rare. Okay. So here he is mentioning the shloka in 35th verse. Sadhanaughair anasangair अलभ्या सुचिरादपि हरिणा च अस्य देयति द्विधा सा स्यात् सुदुर्लभा. Okay. Somebody else can read. Uh, Aruna Mataji, are you available?
Yes, Prabhu, I can read.
Yeah.
Bhakti is difficult to attain in two ways. If undertaken in great quantity, but without attachment, bhakti cannot be attained even after a long time, and even if practiced with attachment. Krishna does not give bhakti to the practitioner immediately.
Thank you. So bhakti is difficult to attain in two ways. What are the two ways Rupa Goswami is saying? First, sadhana oghay. Oghay means to have something in great quantity. Okay. Yeah, great quantity. if undertaken in great quantity. What? Any devotional practice will taken with great quantity, but without attachment. Means without having attachment to the path of bhakti, or without having proper mindset towards bhakti, even if one does the activities of bhakti for a great quantity, great time, okay, with great uh, number of years, what will happen? Bhakti cannot be attained. Okay, even after a long time. That is first. Second, even if practiced with attachment, Krishna does not give bhakti to the practitioner immediately. Even if it is sometimes practiced with attachment, Krishna will not give the bhakti to the practitioner immediately. Okay, let's read what is the comment on this by Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji.
Srila Prabhupada on this verse, in the preliminary phase of spiritual life, there are different kinds of austerities, penances, and similar processes attaining self realization. However, if an executor of these processes is without any material desire, he still cannot achieve devotional service. And aspiring by oneself alone to achieve devotional service is also not very hopeful because Krishna does not agree to award devotional service to merely anyone. Krishna can easily offer a person material happiness or even liberation, but he does not agree very easily to award a person engagement in his devotional service.
Yeah, so Prabhupada is talking about which type of rarity? The first type here, undertaken in great quantity but without attachment for a long time, bhakti will not come. Okay, so Prabhupada is saying that person is not having attachment. How do we know? Because he is doing many other stuffs which is not there in bhakti, like doing extreme austerities, extreme penances, and similar other process like Sankhya, yoga, all these things this person is doing. These are not parts of the Navavidha Bhakti or 64 limbs of Bhakti or anything. Okay, but he is doing all this. That means he is not attached to Bhakti and he is trying to, so he is trying to have Bhakti. So then Krishna will not bestow. However, if an executor of these processes without material desire, he is still not able to achieve devotional service. Okay, this is second type. Okay, these two types he will explain. So here this person is actually having Anyabhilashita Shunyam, but still he is not able to easily achieve devotional service. Okay, these two types are being told in the shloka. And now Prabhupada is saying aspiring by oneself means he is not ready to surrender to spiritual master and the acharyas and the Lord and trying to do like that, achieve a devotional service. He wants to achieve devotional service, but devotional service actually is bestowed by the Lord, right? With a good mindset and good attitude, when we approach the Lord, then Lord will bestow it. So then, if he is having this mindset, it's not very hopeful because Krishna does not agree to award devotional service to merely anyone. Okay, and even general devotional service also we know, Manushyaranam Sahasreshu, we know that among thousands and thousands of great siddhas who have attained perfection, only very few attain bhakti. Okay. So basically, Prabhupada is saying Krishna can easily offer a person material happiness or even liberation. Okay, he is quoting a shloka which later it will come. Okay, that Krishna very easily bestows. Somebody wants liberation, his own abode, or any other material happiness, he will very easily give, but not bhakti. Why? It will be told later because bhakti vashikarita. He is himself controlled by bhakti. So he will not very easily give it. So he does not agree very easily to award such personal engagement. Yeah, please continue.
Devotional service can in fact be attained only through the mercy of a pure devotee. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 19.151, it is said, by the mercy of the spiritual master, who is a pure devotee, and by the mercy of Krishna, one can achieve the platform of devotional service. There is no other way.
So in what way the bhakti attainment is rare? How it is rare? It is rare in this way. Not that siddhas and yogis and any other normal karmi cannot attain bhakti. They can all attain bhakti. But the way to attain bhakti is very rare. And what is the way? Brahmand Brahmite kono bhagyavan jeev. Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Beej. That is a shloka here. Chaitanya Charitamrit, Srila Prabhupada has quoted. Brahmand Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev. Okay, if he is fortunate enough, how does the fortune come? That nobody knows. Okay, that nobody knows how the fortune is going to come, because it completely and solely Lord has left the rights. What is that called? Power of attorney. Okay, in the great companies or great institutes or industries, there is something called power of attorney. The power of attorney for giving bhakti is given to devotees. Lord has not kept it with himself. Why? That is nicely explained in Madhur Kadamini first chapter, that if Lord gives bhakti to somebody, then it will become partial on his part. Lord is impartial, right? But it will become partiality on his part, that oh, he chose to give bhakti to this person but not to that person. So Lord doesn't give, and he does not give to anybody. He has not taken that service only. That service he has given to Madhyamadhikaris. What is the rights of Madhyamadhikari? Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. They can distinguish whom to give bhakti, whom not to give. Okay, because they have these four attitudes towards four kinds of people. Prema towards the Lord, okay, Maitri towards the devotees, Kripa towards the innocent, and Upeksha towards those who are mischievous or those who are not wanting to surrender to the Lord. So they don't give bhakti to them. So Madhyamadhikaris, they bestow bhakti. And such kind of people, actually here it is told in the shloka. And obviously Uttamadhikaris also, they come down to the platform of Madhyamadhikari to bestow the mercy. Who is a pure devotee, he gives the mercy of the Lord, and then one achieves the bhakti. Okay, so they may give prasad to somebody, they may give some nice kirtan, or they may be doing Harinam Sankirtan on the road, or they may be giving some uh, prasad or darshan of the Lord, whatever form bhakti they can give, they will give. So the living entity receives in that way. Okay, so only way to receive bhakti is through a devotee, and to find that devotee itself is very rare. What kind of devotee is told here? Pure devotee. Pure devotee bestows pure devotional service. Okay. And mixed devotee will bestow mixed devotional service. So pure devotee will give pure devotional service. And because the pure devotee himself is rare, so pure devotional service itself also is rare. So these are all rare entities. Okay. So this is the science of attaining bhakti. And many times we have also quoted the praman for this. It's told in Shrimad Bhagavatam 10:51-53. Okay. Bhavapavargo brahmatam yada bhavet. Okay, so there in that shloka, Bhavapavargo, there it's told that when the material life of the living entity is ceased, he comes in contact with great devotee. Okay, and then by the association of that devotee, he attains bhakti. Okay, so the only way to attain bhakti is by association of devotee. And why is it said that his material life is ended? Because the bestowal of that ending of material life is so quick after attaining bhakti, that it is told even before he has come in touch with devotee. Okay, that is called Atishayokti. That the result is so quickly attained by devotees that it's told even before he comes in touch with devotees. Okay. Yeah. So now the first type of rarity is explained here. What are the first type of rarity? The first type of rarity is that even practicing different kinds of austerities, penances for a long time, bhakti cannot be attained. Okay. So that is first type of rarity. So Jnanantah Sulabha Muktir Bhuktir Yagyadi Punyatah Seyam Sadhana Sahasrair Hari Bhakti Sudurlabha. Okay. Uh, Isha Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Liberation is easily attained by jnana, and material enjoyment is easily attained by punya, such as sacrifice. After attaining dedication to these goals by thousands of attempts, however, bhava bhakti to the Lord cannot be attained if one practices thousands of different sadhanas, because asakti will not appear.
Tantra Shastra, it is quoted by Rupa Goswami. So as I told, the rarity of which type of bhakti is being told here? Bhava Bhakti. Okay, not about sadhana bhakti. Obviously, sadhana bhakti is also rare, but here it is only about bhava bhakti. How do we know? See here, he is saying Hari Bhakti Sudurlabha. What is this word bhakti translated as? Bhava Bhakti. Okay, so Bhava Bhakti is being told here. Rarity is about Bhava Bhakti. Okay, and why it is said rare? What is the first type? That even though the person is doing many kinds of sacrifices, yajna adi, okay, and many other auspicious activities he may be doing, punya karmas. Okay. But liberation is easily attained by jnana and material enjoyment is easily attained by all these things. After attaining dedication to these goals by thousands of attempts, okay, these are all easily available. Okay, liberation and material enjoyment are easily available by doing jnana and punya. But bhakti, that is bhava bhakti, is very, very rare. It cannot be attained. Even if one practices thousands of different sadhanas. Okay. Sadhana oghair, that was word mentioned in the previous shloka. Now that will explain what the meaning of this. Okay. Yeah. So I think that explanation is skipped here because yeah, there is directly second type of rarity mentioned. So basically the meaning is this only, that by practicing many types of austerities and penances, one cannot attain bhava bhakti. That is the meaning. Okay. Second type of rarity. Okay. So this is a shloka from fifth canto, sixth chapter, 18th verse. So basically the thing is that when Parikshit Maharaj is hearing the fifth canto from Sukdev Goswami, he sees that the section of Rishabh Dev is there. So Rishabh Dev has appeared in the dynasty of Sukdev, Swayambhu Manu. Okay, Swayambhu Manu's dynasty, so many great incarnations have come, great devotees have come, and Lord also himself appeared as Rishabh Dev. So Parikshit Maharaj is thinking, oh, Lord never appeared in our dynasty in Pandavas. His grandfather is Arjuna and Yudhishthir Maharaj and all. In our dynasty, Lord has never appeared. We are so unfortunate. Who is thinking like this? Who is
Parikshit
thinking?
Maharaj. Parikshit
Parikshit Maharaj is thinking that no, Lord never appeared in our dynasty. So now Narad Muni, sorry, Sukdev Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj, don't worry. Okay, what is happening here? Rajan Patir Guru Alam Bhavatam Yadunam Devam Priya Kulapati Kochaking Karo Vaha Astu Eva Manga Bhajatam Bhagavan Mukundo Muktim Dadati Karichit Smanas Bhakti Yogam. Yeah, so please read the meaning. Yeah, Mataji.
My dear king, the supreme person, Mukunda, is actually the maintainer of all the members of the Pandava and Yadu dynasty. He is your spiritual master, worshipable deity, friend, and the director of your activities. To say nothing of this, he sometimes serves your family as a messenger of, or servant. Those engaged in getting the Lord's favor attains liberation from the Lord very easily, but he does not give bhava bhakti at all times.
Yeah, thank you. So here he is saying, Rajan, O king, okay, the supreme person, Mukunda, Bhagavan Mukunda, is actually the maintainer of all the members of Pandava and Yadu dynasties. Okay, he is maintaining personally all of you. He is your different roles he has taken for you. What? Guru, spiritual master, Daivam, worshipable deity, Priyaha, friend, Kulapati, director of your activities. Okay. So to say nothing of this, he sometimes serves you, your families as a messenger. King Karaha. Okay, Kim Kara, what should I do? Like that he asks. Okay, that is called King Karaha. Those engaged in getting the Lord's favor, Bhajitam Astu, attain liberation. There are people who want liberation from the Lord. Lord gives them immediately, easily, very easily gives. But no person attains the favorable attitude of the Lord or the bestowal of the Lord in these ways, that he becomes their guru, deva, friend, kulapati. Like this, he does not do to many people. So what you have attained is very great thing. That's what here Sukdev Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj. Okay, that is a very great thing which you have attained. So don't lament. Okay, so that's the second type of rarity, that Lord bestows this bhakti, bhava bhakti, which is very rare, only to very few people. Okay. So, but whom does he actually bestow? He bestows to them those who have attained asakti stage and they don't have a improper attitude towards the Lord. For them, he bestows because they have attained the qualification to receive bhava bhakti. So he gives them bhava bhakti. Those who have the qualification. Okay. So devotees, as devotee, we should not be feeling morose or feeling that, oh, we don't know whether the Bhava Bhakti will come to us or not. No, not like that. If we have the right mindset and right attitude and practice as the path is given as Srila Prabhupada, then Bhava Bhakti we can easily attain. Okay, like that. And then now fifth speciality, this starts coming only at the stage of prema. Okay, at the stage of prema, this fifth and sixth qualities will start coming. Even bhava bhakti, these things don't come. What is the fifth speciality? Sandrananda Vishesha Atma. Who is the that bhakti whose Atma, whose soul nature is what? A very Vishesha, special. What is special? Special happiness. Ananda. Okay, a special happiness is there. What form? In what form? It's in the very dense form. In very dense form, the happiness is there of a special type. Okay. That is called Sandrananda Vishesha. And that bhakti whose Atma is this special dense happiness. Okay. That is the bhakti we are talking about. That is Prema Bhakti. Okay. Basically, this whole word means nothing but the Haladini potency. Okay. Haladini potency. Composed of special condensed bliss. Yeah. So here Rupa Goswami is composing a shloka. Brahmanando bhavet esha chetprardha gunikritah naiti bhakti sukhambodhe paramanu tulamapi. Okay. Harsh Prasannatma Prabhu, would you like to read?
Bliss of
Okay, your voice is breaking, Prabhuji. Okay, no problem. Okay, somebody else I will ask to read. Okay. Deepali Mataji, are you okay? Can you read?
Prabhuji, she
Oh, sorry,
messaged.
sorry, sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I got a message. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Arun, Prabhu, you can read it.
Yes, Prabhuji. The bliss of Brahman realization, Brahmananda, accumulated by Samadhi, lasting for half of Brahma's life. Pararadha Gunikata cannot compare न तुलाम भवेत to one drop Paramanu api of the ocean of the happiness of bhakti. Bhakti sukham bodhe.
Yeah. So basically, he's saying the bliss of Brahman realization, Brahmananda, accumulated by bhakti, by samadhi, lasting for half of Brahma's life. Para ardha. Okay, parardha, that is called. Cannot compare to one drop of ocean of happiness of bhakti. Okay, so that cannot be compared to even one drop of happiness of bhakti. Okay. So the happiness received in Brahman realization is not compared even to one drop. Okay. That is the kind of happiness that Prema Bhakti gives. Okay. Not Sadhana Bhakti, not Bhava Bhakti. Prema Bhakti, that kind of happiness that it gives, that not even a drop of the happiness of Prema Bhakti can be compared to Brahman realization. That is the meaning. Okay. Because Sadhana Bhakti, what happiness comes? That cannot give us this realization that Brahmananda is insignificant. Okay. Not at that stage. Yeah. So for this, now he gives a proof from Hari Bhakti. Suddhodaya. Tvat sakshat karnalada vishuddhabdhi sthitasya me sukhani goshpadayante brahmani api jagadguru. Yes, Prabhu, please read.
O Guru of the universe, Jagat Guru, on seeing you directly, Tvat Sakshat Karana, I am situated Sthitasya me in the pure ocean of bliss, Vishuddha Alad Abdi, all the happiness of impersonal Brahman. Brahmane api sukhani is as insignificant as the water in the footprint of a cow. Goshapadyante.
Yeah. So from Hari Bhakti Shuddhodaya, he is quoting that on seeing you, I am situated in a pure ocean of bliss. So seeing Lord itself is like very advanced stage of bhakti. Okay, all the happiness of impersonal Brahman becomes insignificant. Okay, as the water in the hoof print of a cow. And there is a similar shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam also. Okay, the whole material ocean becomes comparable to a small puddle of the water in the calf's hoof print. Yeah. And now he is quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam to show this effect, that how the bhakti, which is the pleasure received by prema bhakti, is very, very uh, condensed form. Okay, 3:15:43. So here he says, Tasyaravinda nayanasya padaravinda kinjal kamishra tulsi makaranda vayuhu antargata swavivrena chakara tesham sankszobam aksharjusham apichitta tanvoho. Okay. Somebody else can read. Yes, Prema Latika Mataji.
The wind carrying the aroma of Tulsi Makaranda Vayuhu, which had touched the filaments of the Lord's toenails on his lotus feet, Aravinda Nayanas the Padaravinda Kinjal Kamishra, entered their minds through the nostrils, Antargatasva Vivarena, and began to agitate their minds and bodies, Sanshobha, Sanshobham Chakara Tesham Chitta Tanvo, even though they were fixed in Brahman,
Hmm.
Akshara Jusham Api.
Yeah, thank you. So basically, this is a pastime where the four Kumaras, they are just have entered the Vaikuntha's seventh gate. Okay, crossing Jay and Vijay. And now they are seeing the Lord's form and the aroma from the lotus feet of the Lord's lotus feet, basically the Tulsi from the Lord's lotus feet. That aroma is coming to their nostrils. And then this is what is being told, that as soon as that wind touched, okay, what happened? It entered their minds through the nostrils and began to agitate their minds. So these are all four Kumaras perfected Brahmanandis. They are perfected impersonalists. Okay, their mind is completely into samadhi, the eighth stage of Ashtanga Yoga. That is already there. But for them also, what happened? Even though they were experiencing that happiness, what happened is their minds were agitated. Okay, because of the experience they had of the smelling of of the tulsi at the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, that is the experience they had. So that shows that how the happiness received or the experience of prema bhakti is much greater than the Brahmananda. Okay, this is another proof from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, 40th shloka. Sorry, this is from the commentary of Sridhar Swami on this verse 1.1.40 that is quoted by Rupa Goswami. त्वत्कृता त्वत्कथामृतपाठोदौ विहरन्तो महामुदः कुर्वन्ति कृतिनः केचित् चतुर्वर्गं तृणोपमम्. Yes, Mataji, please read.
Some fortunate people, Kechit Kritana, play Vivar, uh, Viharanta in the sweet ocean of your topics, Tvat Kathamruta Padodo, and enjoy the greatest bliss, Mahamudha Kurvanti. They consider the happiness from Artha, Dharma, Kama, and Moksha to be as insignificant as grass. Chaturvargam Trina Upamam, Bhavartha Deepika. Though there are plenty of statements in the scriptures like Bhagavatam which can be quoted, the author has taken this verse from the Bhagavatam commentary of Bhavartha Deepika of Sridhar Swami to show that his conclusions are confirmed by the realization of Sridhar Swami.
Yeah, so Rupa Goswami has quoted not from Bhagavatam directly, but a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam of Sridhar Swami called Bhavartha Deepika to show that, yeah, his conclusions, Rupa Goswami's conclusions are confirmed by realization of Sridhar Swami. And Sridhar Swami was greatly regarded as a first commentator of Srimad Bhagavatam by Chaitan Mahaprabhu also. Okay. So here is the shloka. He said, some fortunate people play in the sweet ocean of your topics. So even though he was impersonalist, but he was a great devotee actually, and enjoy the greatest bliss. They consider. So who are these people? These people are the prema bhaktas who has attained the stage of prema. Okay, play in the sweet ocean of your topics. Okay, tav kathamritam patha odo. Okay, what they do, they consider the happiness from dharma, artha, kama, moksha, the four purusharthas, to be insignificant. So in this, the word moksha is also there, right? So comparison is with moksha, that the moksha is very, very insignificant happiness in compared to the happiness received in prema bhakti. Okay, Sandrananda Visheshatma. Okay, that happiness in the prema bhakti, that haladini shakti is in comparison to incomparable to the happiness of Brahman. Okay, so any questions till now? What we discussed? Okay, so then we will go ahead with the sixth speciality. That is Sri Krishna Akarshini, attracts Krishna and his associates. So Krishna as well as Shri means Srimati Radharani and other others also. Okay, and obviously Lord himself, Krishna. All are attracted by what? Who is attracting? This Prema Bhakti. Okay, this Prema Bhakti, the person who has reached at the stage of Prema, okay, he attracts even Krishna. Yeah. Hmm. So Rupa Goswami is composing this shloka. He is saying, Kritva Harim Prema Bhajam, Kritva Harim Prema Bhajam, Priyavarga Samanvitam, Bhaktir Vashikaroti iti, Shri Krishna Akarshani Mata. Okay. Yamuna Vilas Prabhu, please read.
Bhakti is called Sri Krishna Akarshini. Bhakti Sri Krishna Karshini Mata, because it makes the Lord addicted to prema. Kritva Harim Prema Bhajam, and brings him under control. Vasi Karoti, along with his associates. Priya Varga Samanvitam.
Yeah. Thank you. So Kritva Harim Prema Bhajam. So those who are great devotees, okay. Those who have reached at the stage of Prema Bhakti, the stage of Prema they have attained, they are able to attract even the Lord. Okay. So where is that word mentioned? Not you not only attract but vashi karoti. Vash kar lena, vash mein kar lena. To bring under control. Just like Mother Yashoda. She is controlling Krishna. She is able to tie Lord Krishna. Correct. So they are able to control Krishna. And even the gopis, they used to say to Lord Shri Krishna that please dance, we'll give you sweet butter. Correct. So they are able to control Krishna. Okay, like that. So bhakti, what they are doing, vashi karoti. Hmm. And who are these devotees? They are devotees who have reached to the stage of prema bhakti. Hmm. And not only Krishna they control, but along with his associates, Priya Varga. Okay, Priya Varga means those were the eternal associates and the sadhana siddhas. Okay, who are here their close associates of the Lord. They are also attracted by their bhakti. Hmm. So that's why they are called Shri as well as Krishna. Both they are Akarshini. Okay, they are attracting both Shri and Krishna both. Yeah, please continue. Last line.
The word Shri in Shri Krishna Akarshini indicates Priyavarga Samanvitam, along with his dear associates.
Yeah. So Shri indicates the dear associates like Srimati Radharani and other devotees. Yeah, please continue.
Srila Prabhupada on Shri Krishna Akarshini. Srila Rupa Goswami has stated that devotional service attracts even Krishna. The symbol of devotional service in the highest degree is Srimati Radharani. Krishna is called Madan Moham, which means that he is so attractive that he can defeat the attraction of thousands of cupids. But Srimati Radharani is still more attractive, for she can even attract Krishna. Therefore, devotees call her Madan Mohana Mohini, the attractor of Cupid.
Yeah. So same thing as we discussed, that word Shri indicates Srimati Radharani and also the other devotees, Priya Varga Samanvitam. And very specific thing, Prabhupada is saying many times in many lectures, he is saying this, that Krishna is called Madan Mohan, but Radharani is Madan Mohan Mohini. Okay, so that's why Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we are devotee of Srimati Radharani actually. Because if Radharani is pleased, then surely Krishna will be pleased. Like that. So, uh, Vaishnavas are those who are worshippers of Vishnu. And Karshanas are those who are worshippers of Krishna. And Gaudiyas are those who are worshippers of Srimati Radharani. Like that. Okay. Yeah, continue.
To perform devotional service means to follow in the footsteps of Radharani, and devotees in Vrindavan put themselves under the care of Radharani in order to achieve perfection in their devotional service. In other words, devotional service is not an activity of the material world. It is directly under the control of Radharani. In Bhagavad Gita, it is confirmed that the Mahatmas or great souls are under the protection of Devi Prakriti, the internal energy Radharani. So, being directly under the control of the internal potency of Krishna, devotional service attracts even Krishna himself.
Yeah. So here he is saying in first two paragraphs, not paragraphs, first 2 points. He is saying that how Radharani and the devotee in Vrindavan, devotee in Vrindavan put themselves under the care of Radharani. So that's how we are also discussing. As Gaudiyas, we are primarily the worshipper of Srimati Radharani and obviously Krishna, but primarily Radharani. Why? In order to achieve perfection in their devotional service. Okay, so that we can attain perfection in our devotional service. Okay, okay. And then he is quoting from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivim Prakriti Ashrita Bhajanti Ananya Manaso Gyatma Bhutadi Avyayam. That shloka Prabhupada is quoting, that how those Mahatmas or great souls are under the protection of Daivi Prakriti. Daivi Prakriti Ashritaha, or internal potency, Srimati Radharani. Okay, so directly under the control of internal potency, devotional service attracts even Sri Krishna himself. Okay, because whatever bhakti is there in the heart of all the jivas is coming from the bhakti which is present in Srimati Radharani, Haladini potency basically. But personification of Haladini potency is Srimati Radharani. So she only bestows that bhakti. So the bhakti is there in the heart of the jiva because it's coming from Srimati Radharani, that attracts Krishna also. Like that. Okay. Now, Rupa Goswami is quoting to prove this point from 7th canto, 10th chapter. Okay. Yuyam niloke batabhuri bhaga lokam punana munayo abhiyanti yesham grinana ash yesham grihan avas avastati iti sakshad gudham param brahma manushya lingam. Yes, Madhav Hare Prabhu, would you like to read?
My dear Maharaj Yudhishthira, all of you, the Pandavas, Yujam Nariloke, are extremely fortunate. Vata Bhuri Bhaga. For the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, Sakshat Parama Brahma, lives in your palace. Esam Grihan Avasatiti. Just like a human being, Gudham Manushyam Manushya Lingam. Great saintly persons, Lokam Punana Munaya, knows this very well, and therefore they constantly visit this house.
Yeah, so
Abhiyam.
point. Thank you. Yeah. So what here point is Sri Krishna Akarshani, that devotional service, the Prema Bhakti. Okay, the Prema Bhakti attracts even Lord himself. Who is the person here who is having the Prema Bhakti? Yudhishthira Maharaj. He is having the Prema Bhakti. So Sukadeva Goswami is telling to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Narada Muni is telling to Yudhishthira Maharaj, okay, that all of you Pandavas are extremely fortunate. Why? Because they have received Prema Bhakti of the Lord. And by that, what is happening? Supreme Personality of Godhead lives in your palace. येषाम गृहान, your house, griha, avasati. Okay, vas karna. Avasati, he comes and resides. Avasati iti. Okay, he comes and does reside at your as your home, just like a human being. Gudham means mysterious, gudha, or mysterious kind of thing. Manushalingam. Hmm. Just like in the form of human being, he comes and resides. Great saintly persons know this very well, and therefore they constantly visit the house. Okay, so Narad Muni is saying that's why I come to your house, because Lord Himself actually residing at your house, like that. So this is a context. Yeah, please read. Madhav Harinam Prabhu. Okay, somebody else can read. Kishore Madhav Prabhu, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhu. Uh, King Yudhishthira was lamenting. Prahlada was so fortunate that he saw the Lord. We are, however, unfortunate. To pacify him, Narada speaks these words to him. You are more fortunate than Prahlada, than me, his guru, than other devotees, than the gurus of the Yadus, than sages such as Vasishtha, Marichi, Kashyapa, and then Brahma and Shiva.
Hmm.
Sages who purify the world by their presence come to your house to make themselves completely successful because the secret supreme Brahmana, who actually has an eternal human form, resides in your house without even being called you by you, owing to his attraction for you. He does not reside in the house of Prahlada and others, and the sages do not come to that house to make themselves successful by seeing him there.
Yeah. So that's what he's saying, that how you are having such great devotion that Lord Himself resides at your home. Okay. Okay. So the summary of this whole six specialities of Uttama Bhakti is here, that at the stage of sadhana bhakti, we have the first two manifestations beginning. Klesha Agni means the removal of all the suffering. Okay. Klesha, all the sufferings are removed. What are the sufferings we discussed? Avidya and desire for committing sin, and the sin itself. Okay. Tendency to do sin, and then the activity of doing sin. All three are removed. Then Shubhada, bestowal of auspicious qualities. What are the auspiciousness bestowal? First was that the person feels affectionate to the world. Second was the world feels affectionate to the person. And then third was the bestowal of good qualities, like the demigods that Shloka was quoted. Yes, Shastri Bhakti Bhagavati Kinchana. And then fourth was Sukha, the bestowal of happiness in that person. Correct. These all come at the stage of sadhana bhakti. They start coming. And moksha laguta krit. This starts at the stage of bhava bhakti, to consider liberation as insignificant. And then sudurlabha means the rarity of bhakti. That bhakti is very, very rare. Which bhakti? Bhava bhakti is very rare to attain. So it had two types. Okay. So one was that if one practices many, many penances also, he cannot attain bhakti. And second one was that he is not getting the bhakti because he has not reached to the stage of asakti. And then Sandrananda Visheshatma, this starts at the stage of Prema Bhakti. Okay. That condensed bliss comes only at the stage of the Prema Bhakti. And Sri Krishna Akarshani, that Lord as well as the dear devotees like Shrimati Radharani and other associates, they are also attracted by Prema Bhakti. Okay. So these are the six specialities of Bhakti. Okay. Which are present at different times. Okay. Any questions on this till now what we discussed?
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
about the Uttam Bhakti, or I think that Vishuddha Bhakti that also is there. I am not sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. But i- is these specialities are subset of that kind of devotees, or how it is?
What? First line what you told?
Yeah, Vishuddha Bhakti is also there, right? Vishuddha Sattva Bhava or something like that. I may be mixing the
Hmm.
things here, but so Vishuddha Bhakti, which is I am not sure, but whether it is higher than Uttam Bhakti or it is lower. But all these six specialities, are they the also exist in that kind of devotees, and more than that, more than this also there are some more specialities are exist in them, or how it is?
No, no. That Vishuddha Bhakti or Shuddha Bhakti or Nirguna Bhakti, all these are same. Uttama Bhakti, all these are same, Prabhuji. So Uttama Bhakti is the highest, okay, which is described
Okay.
in this book. Okay, Rupa Goswami has described the highest form of bhakti. Okay, there is nothing higher than this. Why? Because just like one example is given, if somebody asks you, give a glass of water. So if the person is, uh, you are affectionate to the person, then what you will give him is pure water. Okay, correct. You'll not give him some impure water. Correct. So when Rupa Goswami is describing bhakti here, because he is writing this book to for those persons who are dear to him, Suhrid Jana, he has written that in the beginning. Suhrid Pramodaya. I am writing this book for the pleasure of the Suhrid or the like-minded people. So because he is writing for the like-minded people and wanting to give them happiness, so he will not give something which is mixed or which is lower. He'll give what is highest, Uttama Bhakti. Okay, that which is highest. Uttama itself means highest. So what bhakti is described in this book by Rupa Goswami is highest. Okay, so there are different levels of this bhakti, as we know. From Shraddha, it goes till Prema stage, and then there are three levels in broad category. Like Sadhana Bhakti is the first, second stage is Bhava Bhakti, and third stage is Prema Bhakti. Okay, these three levels are there in this. So highest is the Prema Bhakti, which is covered in the Uttama Bhakti. These are all three under the stages of Uttama Bhakti itself. And now when we are going to next chapter, this will be described in the second chapter. Okay, the second chapter of this, second chapter, I mean, the of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Srila Prabhupada's second chapter also, Sadhan Bhakti will start. Few chapters Prabhupada will describe this. And then after that, the third wave, okay, second, let's write the second wave. And then third wave will be described in Rupa Goswami's book. And Prabhupada will describe after few chapters. And Prema Bhakti is highest. So Vishuddha Bhakti, there is nothing which is higher. This is the highest. Okay, that is first point. And what is the second part of the question?
No, no, I thought if that is the different, then in that scenario, how it is different in terms of the six specialties. But as it is same only, so it will be like applicable for that as well.
Yeah. So this is all. So the Prem Bhakti will be described in the fourth way of Rupa Goswami. Okay, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And Srila Prabhupada will describe it in the chapter number 19. Okay, I will show you here the contents of the book. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, see here, NOD, yeah, chapter 1. So, okay, whatever your question was there, I think it is answered. I'm just showing in general. Okay, so Prabhupada is writing these 19 chapters actually we are going to study, right? First to 19. So, chapter 1, characteristic of pure devotional service. We have completed almost, little few more things are there which we will discuss now. And then first stages of devotion is sadhana bhakti, where he will start describing. And then he will describe the eligibility. Who is eligible for sadhana bhakti? Sadhaka. Who is a sadhaka? All this he will describe. Okay. And then 15th chapter will be ending with the sadhana bhakti. 16th will be description of bhava bhakti. 17th prema bhakti. Then 18th also prema bhakti. And 19th also prema bhakti. Like that. Okay. So bhava bhakti, prema bhakti, and then before that sadhana bhakti described maximum till the chapter 15. Okay. Chapter 2 to chapter 15 is sadhana bhakti, which is the second wave of Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Okay. Okay. Any other questions on what we discussed till now?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. So now we will go to the last topic of this wave, first wave of Rupa Goswami's. What is the qualification to understand all this bhakti, which is going to be described now in future? Okay, from the second to the fourth wave, okay, of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, or in the NOD, now it will be described from second to 19th chapter. Okay. So for whatever is going to be described, what is the qualification for us that we can understand this part? So now he will describe with a shloka. So Rupa Goswami has composed this. Swalpapi ruchir eva syat bhaktir tattva avabodhika yuktistu kevalanaiva yad asya apratisthita. Yeah, Kishore Madhaprabhu, please read.
Even if one has a little taste for the topic of bhakti, he can understand it. He who tries to understand bhakti by dry logic cannot understand it because logic is unsubstantial.
Yeah. So two things are told here. One is logic, and there is other thing is taste. How much taste? A little taste. These both together we can use to understand bhakti. What is insubstantial, what is non-fruitful is only logic. Only logic will not give the understanding. Okay. If along with the logic we have little taste, then we can understand the topics which you are going to study further. Okay. Swalpa api. Little also. Ruchi. Ruchi is not stage of ruchi. Okay. Not the stage of ruchi. But just like we say, right? Little bit also we are liking this topic. Little bit fondness is there towards this topic. Then we can understand it. It's not the stage of ruchi. How this fondness and ruchi will come? When one has faith in bhakti. How does one gain faith? That faith one will gain by agya sukriti. Okay. Mahaprasade, Govinde, Nama Brahmani, Vaishnave. Okay. So agyat sukriti. Okay. Okay. So we sing right every day. Mahaprasade Govinde, Nama Brahmani Vaishnave, Swalpa Punya Vatam Rajan, Vishwasho Naiva Jayate. Vishwas will not take birth. Jayate means take birth. Vishwas will not take birth. When? In what? Mahaprasad of whom? Govinda. Nam, the holy name of Brahman, that is Lord, and Vaishnavas. Okay. So in these things, the faith will not arise. Vishwasho neva jayate. When? When there is swalpa punya, when there is little bit of punya only, there is no more punyas. There is agya sukriti is not more. When punya is less, one will not have faith in these things. What? Mahaprasada, Nama Brahman, and Vaishnava. These three entities, they will not have faith if the sukriti is less. So faith comes from sukriti. When faith is there, then he will have also ruchi. Okay, that is taste, little bit fondness, likeness towards the topic. That is needed to understand the further topics. Okay, only logic is insubstantial. If one thinks that only by material intelligence I can understand these topics, that is not right. Okay. Yeah, please read this.
Qualification to understand bhakti. Ruchi or taste in this verse means taste for scriptures such as Srimad Bhagavatam that present the true nature of bhakti. This taste arises through previous impressions. That ruchi lets one understand the nature of bhakti, the highest position of bhakti. Bhakti tattva vabodhika.
Yeah, so this taste, ruchi, arises from previous impressions. Which previous impressions he is talking about? Agyat Sukriti again. Okay, Agyat Sukriti, which he was not knowing that these are activities of bhakti like honoring prasadam, hearing kirtan. These impressions are there from many lifetimes in his heart, which is now pushing him towards the bhakti path. Okay. And what he has now, he has gained faith in the scriptures like Shrimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all these things. Okay, there are impressions from the past lives. Yeah, continue.
Uh, Logic yukti, which is dry, kevala, without ruchi, cannot give you an understanding of bhakti. However, logic, along with full text for the topic of bhakti, can give an understanding for it.
Yeah, so only logic is insubstantial, that will not help. Along with logic, one should have a little bit taste, okay, in the topic. What to speak if there is full taste, okay, so one can better understand. So the more taste means what? More faith one has, that much more he can understand the topics. Okay, that is the meaning. Only logic will not help. That is the meaning here. Rupa Goswami is saying. Yes, please read.
A person more skillful at logic can bring about a conclusion different from what was carefully proven previously by another skillful logician. Tarko Pratisthanat, logic being insubstantial can prove the opposite.
Yeah, so just like we see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talking to many times, we see that he talks to devotees and then he gives one logic and then he proves it right. then he asks other person to defeat it. He will not be able to defeat. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will give a logic which is opposite to his own logic and defeat his own logic. And then again he will ask the person to defeat his logic. He will not be able to do. Then he will take his own defeat, and then he will defeat his own logic, and then substantiate the very first logic. So that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, that through logic one can prove anything if one is more in having that intelligence. More skillful logician can prove other logics to be wrong. Okay. But the bhakti understanding is not based on all this logic and all. But it is based on what? Taste. Little bit taste should be there, faith should be there in the topics. And then he has quoted from Vedanta Sutra to prove this point. That only logic is not sufficient. Yeah, please read.
In Srila Prabhupada on Logic and Bhakti. In this connection, Srila Rupa Goswami suggests that the person eligible for Krishna consciousness or devotional service can be classified by his particular taste. He says that devotional service is a continual process from one's previous life. No one can take to devotional service unless he has some previous connection with it. For example, suppose in this life I practice devotional service to some extent, even though it is not 100% perfectly performed, whatever I have done will not be lost.
Yeah, so many times we feel and also we preach this, that actually, Prabhuji, I don't know. I have come to bhakti in this life only, and I was surely not a devotee in previous life. We are not knowing. Okay, we should be honest. Okay, we don't know. We may be having practicing bhakti from many lifetimes. Okay, and Prabhupada himself is saying, so devotion service is a continual process from one's previous life. No one can take to devotional service unless he has had some previous connection with it. So it is surely possible that one may start in this life bhakti, but it's a Prabhupada's his own statement that surely in previous life he has got some sukriti, agyat sukriti, of honoring some prasad or hearing some kirtan or some favorable impression of bhakti he has got. That's why he has taken up to bhakti in this life. And when we are also preaching this, many times we may not say it to the people who are following us or who may be under us, under our training. So as preachers we may think that actually we have made him as a devotee. Correct. He should contribute to my project. He should give all contribution to me because I have made him devotee. So we don't speak it outright, but we have that very much faith that it is me who has made him a devotee, and it is me who is taking care of him, and it is me who is going to guide him, and many other things we may think. Obviously, I'm taking about myself also. It comes like that. So we have to understand that in previous life he had already reached 99% of his sukriti. Now only 1% was required. That 1% we have given him by giving some prasad, and now he has taken up to 16 rounds chanting. And now we are thinking that we have given him 100%. Okay, and now he has become devotee because of me. But what all he did in previous, so many other devotees have given him that 99% we are not seeing. And even if somebody tells, we are not ready to see. And even if that devotee says, Prabhuji, I am not getting nourishment from you, I want to take guidance from somebody else, we are not able to accept. These are all because of not understanding the philosophy properly. Okay. So we should understand that we have also not come into bhakti because of just one person. There have been many, many lifetimes, and many devotees have given us so much of Sagya Sukriti, which we have got actually from previous life, and now we have become devotees. And similarly, we have to understand that for other people also. Okay. That we are not the whole and soul of that person in his life. Okay. So when Yudhishthira Maharaj did not get agreed upon what Krishna was saying, Krishna did not say, Arey, you don't know, I am the Supreme Lord. Why you want to go and take guidance from Bhishma Dev? He is already on the battlefield, he is already going to die, and you are not listening to me. I am telling you, I am giving you counseling. You listen to me. Krishna did not say like that. He told, yes, yes, you get the guidance from Bhishma Dev. And then he inspired him in his heart to ask questions to Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev satisfied him. And Krishna only inspired Bhishma Dev to give the answers. So we can see and learn from Krishna also that how he himself is not, you know, just trying to hold on to the Yudhishthira Maharaj, that you have to understand from me only. Okay. So this is very, very important actually lesson for preachers and counselors and those who are guiding devotees. That we understand that we are the not whole and soul in that person's life. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Continue, Prabhuji. Please read.
In my next life, from the very point where I stop in this life, I shall begin again. In this way, there is always a continuity. But even if there is no continuity, if only by chance a person takes interest in pure devotee's instruction, he can be accepted and can advance in devotional service. Anyway, for persons who have a natural taste for understanding books like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, devotional service is easier than for those who are simply accustomed to mental speculation and argumentative process.
Yeah. So Prabhupada is continuing the same point that in my next life, from the very point where I stop in this life, I shall begin again. So many times as devotees, we have this utopian idea that this life is my last life. Why? Because Prabhupada told, right? Prabhupada told that don't worry, if you just do everyday morning program and water Tulsi and do the parikrama of Tulsi, then this will be your last life and you will go to back to Godhead in this very life. Yeah, that is true. And that may be very much inspiring for us for some time. But Prabhupada here also is saying that from the very point where I stop in this life, I shall begin again. We should have that practical understanding also that bhakti is surely easy, but not so easy that we can just begin in one life and end in one life. Okay. So in this way there is always continuity. Okay. So till the time we actually attain prema bhakti, we cannot go to spiritual world. Why? Because if we are not qualified to enter a spiritual world, why will we go there? So the only way to go to spiritual world is attaining prema bhakti. Okay. So when we have attained, at that time, Lord will give us entry to spiritual world. Okay. So that is the point. And if we attain that path, that stage in this life, surely we will go back to God. There is no doubt about it. Okay. But it all depends on our intensity, and we cannot make it a general rule that, okay, everybody, all of us will go back to Godhead in this very life. Okay. Surely we should practice to the best of our ability and best of our sincerity. There is no doubt about that. But to think that I am surely going to go back to Godhead in this very life, that will be not right. Okay. That's what Prabhupada is saying also here. Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
To support this statement, there are many authoritative assertions by learned scholars of bygone ages. According to their general opinion, a person may become governed by certain convictions derived by his own arguments and decisions. Then another person who may be a greater logician will nullify these conclusions and establish another thesis. In this way, the path of argument will never be safe or conclusive. Srimad Bhagavatam recommends therefore that one follow in the footsteps of the authority.
Yeah. So same thing, Prabhupada is saying that only logic is not substantial. Okay. So he should also have some faith and taste in the bhakti path to understand the future topics. Okay. Only argument will not be helpful. Okay. So we have completed this topic. Any questions on what we discussed till now? This was a chapter of bhakti, samanya bhakti, bhakti in general, principles on bhakti in general. Yeah.
Prabhu, can I ask?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
And just referring last slide, you said that uh, uh, there are some signs, there are something which says that you are qualified to go to spiritual world to Krishna, correct? Na? But
Hmm.
like here it is said that Prabhupada said that I will start again, correct? Na? But
I'll
as
start
for
again. 1 minute.
yeah.
1 minute. I'll show that slide. Where this slide, Prajit?
Yeah.
Which line you are referring
I
to?
shall begin again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you mentioned that somewhere someone says that you can go for a general devotee like me. How
Hmm.
do we know what is the demarcating line actually? Or for example, when I think many times, I feel that exalted devotees like Radhesham Prabhu or you and all many senior devotees are already qualified to go to Krishna's abode. But what is the point where we can ensure that okay, we have been qualified to go to there, or how much journey is left for that?
Ah, Yeah, Prabhuji, generally, uh, here when this slide is saying I begin again, Prabhupada is not saying about himself. One thing I want to clarify. He's already Nitya Siddha, he's not telling about himself. And as such, general devotee, what you are saying about yourself, I am also general devotee only. So I'm also in that category only. Surely Radhesham Prabhu and our spiritual masters, they are all very great devotees. We accept. Okay. So what you are saying, I already told that previously that when one attains the stage of prema, he will go back to Godhead. Now the question comes, how do we understand that somebody has attained the stage of prema, right? Correct. That is the question. So there are 9 symptoms mentioned in the when we read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu only. 9 symptoms will be mentioned of a person who has reached the bhava stage. Okay. What are the symptoms? Manashunyata. Okay. Utter humility. Okay. Preeti tad vasati sthale. A very strong attraction to reside at the holy places. And then third is avyartha kalatvam. Okay. Not even a single moment they want to waste without Krishna consciousness. Like this, there are 9 symptoms mentioned in Bhava Bhakti stage. So we can understand those who have attained that symptoms in their life, we are able to see that they have attained bhava stage, and then when they reach to the prema stage, prema bhakti also symptoms will be mentioned in the prema bhakti chapter. Okay, Srila Prabhupada will also mention in the chapter 17 to 19. There we can see, okay, these people look like this, and then we can see the symptoms in them, and then we can say, okay, they will go back to Godhead surely in this life. Okay, and whenever, so all the chapters I will show that Prabhupada's chapters titles again. See here. Okay, see here, Prabhuji. See the chapter 3 name, eligibility of the candidate for accepting devotional service. Like what are the symptoms of a person? Third chapter he is saying who can accept devotional service, who is qualified. He will say the characteristics of such a person, and we can see with ourselves whether it is matching with us. Okay, and then later he will say, see the chapter number 16, spontaneous devotion further described, that is bhava bhakti. He will describe, okay, what are the qualifications or the qualities of a person who is at bhava bhakti. And we can see, if we want to see any person, not to judge them, but to understand, okay, the person whom we are taking guidance and hearing from, what stage he may be, some rough idea we can get. Then Prabhupada will tell about prema bhakti, character of one in ecstatic love. Okay, what are the characters of a person who is there at the ecstatic love stage? Avyarth kalatvam. Okay, and perseverance, detachment, pridelessness, great hope, eagerness for achieving the desired success, attachment to chanting the holy names, eagerness to describe the Lord's transcendental qualities, attraction for living in a place where Krishna has his pastimes. These are the 9 symptoms of a person who is having that bhava bhakti. So when we see these qualities in such and such person whom we may be hearing and taking guidance from, we can understand that, okay, yes, he is at that stage. Okay, is it okay, Proji? What I tried to answer?
Yes, Prabhu.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. Premalatika Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, my question is regarding what happens with from our initial days, we hear from a particular source, and
Mhm.
after some time, after some passing some years, spending some years in Krishna consciousness, we realize that I have what I have received from this Shiksha Guru, I'm not getting much more than what I want to. At stage comes where we become saturated from gaining that repeated knowledge again and again. If
Okay.
we are feeling so, is that okay that we should, change our Shiksha Guru?
Mhm.
I mean, we have got enough of that person, whatever
Mhm.
knowledge that Shiksha Guru is giving to us. We have got everything from him, but
Mhm.
now we want to move ahead of that. We want
Mhm.
more of rasa of Bhagavatam and more elaborate descript. We want to hear more elaborately about each and everything. We don't want that repeated. So
Mhm.
is it okay that we should move ahead? I mean, we should stop hearing from the same source from whom we are hearing since long back.
Okay. Yeah, this is very good and important question, Mataji. I don't know if I will be able to answer it fully. I will answer whatever possible from my side. Okay, because I may not be the right person to answer, because somebody who is seeing you from many years and knowing you, whoever you are taking guidance from, and if they are having good heartedness towards you, if you approach them and themselves, if you ask that, okay, I'm feeling like this, they should be able to tell you that, yes, if you are feeling like this, you should take association of more advanced devotees. Okay, so I will give a general answer. Okay, and then specific things in your life should be given guidance from those who know you personally. Okay, and have been seeing you since you have been practicing bhakti. But I'll tell in general. So in general, the principle one thing is that as we are advancing in our Krishna consciousness, the person whom we are taking guidance from in Krishna consciousness, they are also advancing. It's not that they are stopped at that stage and we are only advancing. So they are also advancing and we are also advancing. So they are also learning in their life and we are also learning in our life. But that does not mean that what you are feeling, that feeling will not come. That feeling can also come, because everybody's intensity may be different. The person whom we may be taking guidance from, his intensity may be different, and your intensity may be different. Possible. So all possibilities are there. But Prabhupada has given a principle which I will show you here. Okay. And you can yourself read and get the answer. Okay. Please read this. Okay. I'll just tell you what is this verse. This is from Nectar of Instruction, verse number 5. Okay. So what is this verse number 5? I'll first show you. Then I will show you the answer to your question. Yeah. So please read this.
Yes. One should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Lord Krishna. One should offer humble obeisances to the devotee who has undergone spiritual initiation, Diksha, and is engaged in worshipping the deity. And one should associate with and faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to I'm not able to see
Ah,
propensity to criticize others.
okay.
And
Yes. So this is Nectar of Instruction, fifth verse. Three categories of devotees are mentioned, Mataji. See, one is the devotee who chants holy name of Lord Krishna. What should we do with them? Mentally honor them. Okay. Second category of devotees who has received initiation. What we should do with them? Offer humble obeisances. Third type of devotee is one who is engaged in worshipping the deity. Sorry, this was the second only. Yeah. And third type of devotee is pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. These are the characteristics of that person. For them, what we should do? Associate with and faithfully serve. Okay, three
mm,
category of devotee are mentioned. Now, our Siksha Gurus or whomever you are taking guidance from, maybe in this stage, and you have to see personally if they are having these characteristics mentioned. Okay, so pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotional service and whose heart is completely devoid of propensity to criticize. Are they criticizing others? Are they speaking ill about others, other Vaishnavas? These all things you have to personally see. Okay, more details Prabhupada will tell in this purport. Now going to the part where your answer is there to the question. Okay, should you move ahead or not? Here Prabhupada will answer here. Please read.
in this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami advised the devotee to be intelligent enough to distinguish between the Kanishta, Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, and Uttam Adhikari. The devotee should also know his own position and should not try to imitate a devotee situated on a higher platform. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given some practical hints to the effect that an Uttama Adhikari Vaishnava can be recognized by his ability to convert many fallen souls to Vaishnavism. One should not become a spiritual master unless he has attained a platform of Uttama Bhakti. A neophyte Vaishnava or a Vaishnava situated on the intermediate platform can also accept disciples, but such disciple must be on the same platform, and it should be understood that they cannot advance very well toward the ultimate goal of life under the insufficient guidance. Therefore, a disciple should be careful to accept an Uttam Adhikari as a spiritual master.
Yes. So Mataji, so the answer to your question is here only. So Rupa Goswami is advising that devotee should be intelligent enough. Intelligent enough in what? To distinguish between the level of devotees. Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttamadhikari, which is mentioned in this verse. You can read it later. The symptoms are given, and you should yourself be able to intelligently identify in the persons whom you may be taking guidance from. Now, what Prabhupada is saying more, that who is Uttamadhikari? Also one of the symptom. One of the symptom. This is not whole and soul, and this is not the only criteria. One of them can be recognized by ability to convert many fallen souls to Vaishnavism. And this is not only that part where one is making people from 1 to 4 rounds, 4 to 8 rounds, or 8 to 16 rounds. It can be any part of the contribution in Vaishnava's life. Okay. He may be doing any contribution. Okay. Because as I told, somebody may be already 99% previously, and we have given maybe one Mahaprasad and one Kirtan, and he we started 16 rounds. So it's not the whole contribution at our part. Now further he is saying that one should generally accept, should become a spiritual master until unless one has not attained Uttamadhikari, he should not become a spiritual master. But Prabhupada is saying that a neophyte Vaishnava or Vaishnava situated on an intermediate platform, is Madhyamadhikari, can also accept disciples, means he can also become a spiritual master. But such disciples, those who are taking guidance from him, will remain on the same platform.
Hmm.
Okay. So what are the symptoms of those persons? We can see in this purport later. But this is the caution that Prabhupada himself has given, that the disciple will remain at the same platform. If he is taking guidance from Madhyama, he'll remain at that platform. And if he is taking guidance from Kanishta, he can expect only till that stage. That is not the fault in the person. He is advanced to that stage. That is the only thing. Okay, there is no fault in it. Okay. And it should be understood that they cannot advance very well towards the ultimate goal of life. That is what? Krishna Prem. Under his insufficient guidance. Okay. It's not wrong to take guidance from them, but if we feel that we need more guidance, then we should see the symptoms of Uttamadhikari in some other persons. If we are not able to get in him, then honestly express to this Vaishnava whom we are taking guidance from. And if he is kind hearted and he is like minded to us and actually wants our good, he
Hmm.
wants our good, he will advise us, yes, you go ahead and take guidance from such and such person. Okay, like that. So therefore a disciple should be careful to accept Uttamadhikari as a spiritual master. Okay. Does that answer, Mataji, your question?
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji, because same question I have asked to one Mataji who is very senior in Bhakti, and
Hmm.
she is like Brahmachari only and very exalted in scriptural studies. So she
Hmm.
advised me to change my Shiksha Guru. Therefore, I
Okay.
asked you this question.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
what I told in beginning. You should take guidance from who knows you. They will answer better.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, Yamuna will ask Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My question is related to the same point which Kishore Madhav Prabhu brought about, like how, whether, to what percent we continue our bhakti, whether we go back home, back to Godhead in this life.
Hmm.
So I totally understand that it's all depends on our intensity of devotional service, what intensity we perform, whether we'll go back home, back to Godhead, or we'll continue in the next life.
Yeah.
So, but we hear from many Srila Prabhupada disciples, or like, some cases where Prabhupada promised that, I will come and take you back home, back to Godhead. And there are some practical incidents that we have heard, like Hayagriva Swami Maharaj. So, I just want to understand, is there an exception that a pure devotee can, to what extent, like, I'm a bit confused on that point, because practical incidents that we have heard that Prabhupada has promised that, all his disciples, because they have pleased Srila Prabhupada, so by their service.
Hmm.
So we don't know whether they reach to what stage of bhakti, but Srila Prabhupada promise or that they will be going back home, back to Godhead in this life. So I want to understand that aspect, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah. So the disciples to whom Prabhupada has promised and told like that, they will surely go back to Godhead. Okay. And they might have received a letter from Prabhupada that I'm so much pleased with your service. And and they actually they have contributed in their mission actually so much in their life, when Prabhupada was present, and Prabhupada was actually pleased with them. And as you told a few names, so surely Prabhupada uh, has taken them back actually, because we don't know one thing, that how much they have advanced in their bhakti in the past life. Okay, what we are seeing only is this life. Who knows? Prabhupada knows. Okay, how much they have advanced in their past life. Okay, as of now, they may be undergoing some difficult situation in their life because of some reason. As we saw yesterday, that Krishna himself gives suffering to his devotees. For what purpose? For what reason? We don't know. Okay, yesterday we were discussing. I don't know. Yesterday you were there, Prabhu?
No, sorry, Prajan.
Okay, yeah.
Unfortunately, I
Yeah,
couldn't
so
attend.
maybe you can hear yesterday's recording. We discussed yesterday that Krishna gives suffering to his devotees. But as you mentioned few names, so they may be struggling in their last stages of their life. And we may think that they were very much attached to some bad habits or they fell down. But they might be very, very advanced in their previous lives, which Prabhupada might have seen and also would have told that, yes, I will take you back to Godhead. But in general, Prabhupada did not give that promise to everybody in the society. Okay, he might have given that promise and seen some people who have actually pleased him and seen them personally. He has given. But if is there any statement in Prabhupada's book that he has written? Because Prabhupada told that my books are there for 10,000 years next and for all the disciples. Is there any statement in the Prabhupada's book where he tells that all of the members of ISKCON will go back to Godhead in this life? Whatever stage they may be, whatever way they may be practicing, is there anything Prabhupada told like that to all of us? I don't know if it is there. And second thing is the principles which Prabhupada taught. As I told, there are few lectures where Prabhupada himself told, you just do everyday morning program, chant 16 rounds, follow 4 relative principles, and water to Tulsi Maharani. Do these 4 things every day. I will take you back to Godhead. Prabhupada has told openly in the lectures. Okay. So when we see that statement, and today also we saw one statement where Prabhupada is saying actually it's a continual process. Okay, it will be continued in next life if we have not done our part. So there is a shloka in fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which I will search and send later. It says that how, maybe I can show now. Okay, fifth canto, third chapter. Okay, there, what is the qualification to go back to Godhead is mentioned. Okay, so there it's mentioned that who can go back to Godhead. Hmm. What is the qualification of a person who can go back to Godhead? Like that is mentioned. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, I'm not getting now, but I'll send it later. Yeah. So basically, the question, as you are asking that, yeah, when Prabhupada interacted with some of them personally, surely it is possible. But when we see our lives, we should understand that, yeah, to the degree we are sincere and we are advanced and we are following the path given by Prabhupada, then we can expect the mercy of Prabhupada. But there is a limit to that. Okay. And we cannot say that whatever we may do, irrespective of that, Prabhupada will surely take us back to Godhead. Okay. That is not true. Okay. So we should not over exaggerate that mercy aspect which Prabhupada is ready to give. Okay, surely there is a pastime also where they told Prabhupada, we, even though we may not be fully perfect, will you not take us back to Godhead? Prabhupada told yes, but that does not mean that we can just take that statement and stretch it to the extent that we break principles and then expect Prabhupada's mercy. You're understanding that part which I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, Praji, understood.
Yeah, so breaking regulative principles and then uh, trying to do seventh offense. Okay, those things Prabhupada will not be giving his mercy. But we can genuinely expect mercy of Srila Prabhupada if we are having conditionings and we want to be sincere, but somehow we are not able to be sincere, then Prabhupada's mercy we can expect. And that I am not saying on my own, that Shivram Swami Maharaj has written in his book, okay, which he has presented here. Okay, I can show that he has told that we can duly expect mercy of uh, our parampara. Okay, I will show you that slide. You can just read that. But not if we are not sincere. Okay. Um, yes. Here. Mm, okay, no, I don't have here. It's there in some other slide. Okay. Shivram Swami Maharaj writes in his book, okay, if we are actually conditioned by our habits, then we can expect mercy. But if we are insincere, then we cannot expect our mercy. That is the sense of that. Oh, is it okay, bro?
Yes, project's clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Shri Gangaputra, bro.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji, actually this question is related to Prem Latika Mataji.
Hmm.
Guruji, also we hear that like if spiritual master accept the disciple, then spiritual masters take the responsibility of taking that disciple to back home, back to Godhead.
Correct.
So in the case of like if somebody is Kanishta Adhikari or Madhyama Adhikari, if he becomes spiritual master, then his disciples on the same stage as you said. So how?
I didn't say Prabhupada told.
No, yeah. I mean that.
Yeah.
So then,
Yeah.
what is the possibility of like whether that disciple will go back home, back to God by this same lifetime, as he has not
See,
completed his, he is in the same stage. He is not able to advance. Then how?
correct. Okay, I'll show that again. Mm. Okay, previous section. And I5. Okay, what Prabhupada writes here we'll show. Yeah. So here he is saying that this part you're referring, right, Prabhuji? A neophyte Vaishnava or a Vaishnava situated on the intermediate platform can also accept disciples, but such disciples must be on the same platform. And it should be understood that they cannot advance very well toward the ultimate goal of life. Correct. This is what you're saying.
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah. So he has told already devotee to be intelligent enough. See the first line. Correct, na?
Yeah.
On whose part it is? Devotee or the guru?
Disciples part actually.
So that's what Prabhupada already told. Quoting Rupa
Then
Goswami.
Guruji,
Yeah. So basically, the disciple will advance to the degree the guru is advanced. That much is the answer. And when he reaches to the stage of prema bhakti, he will enter spiritual world. That is the principle. Yeah. Yes. You have further thing anything on this project?
so that means Guruji like one should not become a guru in that
One should
stage.
not?
Then one should not become a guru on a Kanishta Adhikari level.
Yeah, that also Prabhupada is saying, right? One should not become a spiritual master unless he has attained the platform of Uttamadhikari. He has told one should, but you see, when Prabhupada actually started ISKCON movement, there was a different time. You understand, right? There was a
Yes.
different need of the hour. So
Yes.
he has allowed neophytes also
Yes.
to accept disciples because that may be the need of the institution. But at the same time, he is saying something more. Devotees to be intelligent enough. Okay. So he has to see from the side of the institute as well as from the side of disciple. Okay, Broji.
Yes. Yes. Guruji.
Okay. Yeah. Madhav Harinam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the
Hare
class.
Krishna.
And
Dhanyavad.
in today's session, we're discussing about this it is rarity of bhakti. So
Yes, Prabhu.
if though one it is practicing austerities for long time also, though Krishna will not bestow. So how long time and what is the criteria? in the session, we also discussed that if one takes shelter of the pure devotee, then he can easily get bhakti also.
Hmm.
So, how long we have to wait uh, to attain this bhava bhakti?
Yeah, probably this is very specific question. So in general, we know the path of bhakti starting from Shraddha, it goes till Prema. So based on the intensity of the devotional practices, one will go faster if the intensity is more. Because Prabhupada himself he writes in NOI only. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. Very famous statement is there. Correct. So based on the attitude of the follower, advancement will depend. Prabhupada's statement that is. So how fast it happens? It can happen in one moment. Like Prabhupada says, Katwang Maharaj, in one muhurta, one moment basically. Okay, because that was for demigods. On earth it is 48 minutes. So one muhurta it can happen. But also it is told that many lifetimes. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Bahu janma yadi kare Shravana Kirtan tabutana pae Krishna pade premadhan. That is also there. So that is actually that shloka is for those who are doing with offenses, with namaprad. Then it will happen like that many lifetimes. But one moment also is possible. So it's all Prabhuji based on the intensity of one's practice, sincerity of one's practice. That's what it depends upon. And at the same time, Krishna also bestows it. We have to understand it's not achieved, it's not attained, it's bestowed. So we have to also rely upon Krishna's mercy because it's two things, na? Two fingers too short. So mercy and endeavor. So endeavor is on our part, as the Acharyas like Srila Prabhupada have given us the path. We follow it nicely. And then when Lord is pleased, He will bestow the mercy. So we cannot give a definite time that it will happen in this life, next life, even though we are sincere. If we are not sincere, and then it will surely take more time. Even though we are sincere, we don't know when it will happen. Depends on Krishna also. So cannot give any answer to your question actually. Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So okay. Okay. So now we have 15 minutes. So we have two options. We can start the next chapter and we can introduce it, or we can take it next week. So whatever all of you say, I will do like that. So how many devotees want that we can start new chapter now, or should we do it next time? Okay, nobody's saying. Okay, those who want to
Continue
start,
for next.
okay, those who want to start can raise their hand in Zoom. Okay, if there are more devotees, then we can start because one or two have already left. Kishore Madhaprabhu left, and Mataji is saying she has traveling meeting. Okay, okay, next time. Okay.
So you shall start next time.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so next week Saturday 11:30 we will do. Okay. So thank you very much. So surely whatever I might have tried to speak, everything I surely may not understand also fully what to speak of, realizing and all these things. Okay. So surely I might have done many mistakes in presenting and speaking. So please forgive me for that. And I'm also trying to learn as all of you. So we'll try to do our service whatever best possible. Okay. So you can always give your feedback. Anything is there. Okay, we can surely discuss. And Vanshakल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Okay, so thank you very much. So we'll meet next time. Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Shila Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai, Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare